Hello guys, welcome to another RDI episode. In today's video, we're going to talk about a few things that you must know before starting a decal business. So let's get started. The very first thing that you must know when making vinyl decals is that not only will you be able to make car decals, but you can also make car magnets, vinyl banners, yard signs, wall decals, and all kinds of different door signs. And for that, we use exactly the same vinyl to make all of those products. So this is very simple. Once you learn how to make them, you can pretty much apply them to the products that we just talked about. Now, when it comes to making vinyl decals, this is where things can get a little confusing, but don't worry, we're gonna try to make it as easy as we can. Up here we have different vinyls. They're all the same brand, except this one is the Oracal 631, Oracal 651, and Oracal 751. Depends on the type of surface you'll be working on. All right, let's start with the Oracle 631, the one on the right hand side. And you can tell right away that this one looks a little different compared to the other ones. This one is a matte finish. And this one we use it mainly for wall decals or for indoor use. The adhesive is not as strong as the other one, and this will only last about 3 years. And this is one of the main reasons why we do not use it to make our car decals or our magnets, because they're mainly for indoor use. The roll of this vinyl will be a little cheaper. I mean, not by much, but it's usually a little cheaper. And this vinyl is a lot easier to remove from the wall or from the surface. All right, now I'm gonna move the 631 out of the way. We're done talking about it. Basically, these are the same, the 651, and the reason why I have more than one behind is because this is the main type of vinyl that we use. If you see us making any signs, more likely that we're gonna be using the Oracle 651. So remember, to make most of our signs, we use the 651. In fact, we have applied this on wall. It is not really recommended because this is more of a permanent vinyl. This one's a little bit more expensive compared to the 631, but this one will last about 5 to 6 years depending on the surface, and if you apply it indoor, I assume that it's gonna last longer than if you apply it outdoor. And I'm gonna bring this to the front and show you inside of the vinyl where you can see the type of vinyl that you are using. And as you can see here, it says Oracle 651, and it is gloss finish, although you can find the matte finish. And now let's talk about the other vinyl. Up here we have the 751. This one is a little bit more expensive, although you can also find the 951, and the latter one is even more expensive than the 751. But the more challenging the surface, the easier it'll be if you use either the 751 or the 951. And let me explain a little bit more what I mean by challenging surfaces. If you have a curved surface or lots of rivets, this is where you might want to use the 751 or the 951. They're so much easier to work with. They're more elastic, and you can also use the heat gun to shape the vinyl, the type of surface that you are applying it on. As I said, this one, the 651, is mainly for regular, not as challenging surfaces compared to the ones that you can work with when using the 751 or the 951. And remember, if you guys are liking this video, make sure you give us a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Also, let us know what type of vinyl cutter you would like to get, or what type of vinyl cutter you're currently using. Let us know in the comments. Thank you. Now, when it comes to working with either Oracle 651, 751, even 951 for outdoor use. I'm not talking about 631, which was the first one that we talked about, which is mainly for indoor and to apply on walls. You can use the RTape ClearChoice AT60, AT65, the one we have here, and also the AT75.1. And the differences, the AT75.1, this one is a high tech. If you are selling decals out of state, or if you are going to apply the transfer a day before or 2 days before the installation, you might want to use this. This transfer is a lot easier to work with, especially if you're working with a decal that is hard to lift from the backing paper, or if you have a whole bunch of letters, this is strongly recommended to use the AT75.1. Now, if you're going to be working with a delicate surface like a damaged paint, you might want to use the AT65 or even the AT60. The lower the number, the harder it'll be to pick up from the backing paper. So that's the only thing that you gotta keep in mind. And a tip that we can give you guys, due to the fact that we have heard this so many times from people that are just getting started, they're afraid of working directly on vehicles. One thing that you can do before even applying decals on vehicles, what you can do, sell car magnets. You get to practice applying them, try dry method, try the wet method, all kinds of different methods. You'll be more confident after a while. So just think about it. It is a lot safer. You won't be risking it if that's one of your concerns. Now, if you're gonna be working with the 631, I'm gonna leave the link to the transfer that we use, and it is a paper transfer. Just gotta be honest with you, it's really hard working with, especially if you have registration marks. We tried to use it before, combining different layers of vinyl, and it was impossible because we couldn't see through the paper. So that's one thing that you gotta keep in mind if you decide to follow the link. So far, we haven't really found the perfect transfer for that, although we have used the AT60 as well as the AT65. And now I want to talk about the color guide for Oracal vinyl. And the main reasons why you want to get this color guide, first of all, you will get all the instruction, the thickness, the durability, and the best thing is that you will get a sample of each color that you will get. And as you can see, this one has the 951, the one we talked about earlier. You get all the different colors available, different tones, like the yellow, they have blue, all kinds of different shades. And now we can turn the page and you can see here the 651, 641. We didn't cover this one here, but that's for another video maybe. And then the 631, we talked about this one, the wall decal vinyl. And same deal, you get all the different shades, different tones. And the reason why you want to get this is because, I mean, you can also go to their website or you can go online and look for the colors, but the colors are not going to be the same. And this is one of the reasons why we always recommend that you do get this, because you will know exactly which color you're going to get. Now, if you're going to be using any of the vinyls that we talked about, except the 631, if you're going to be working on wall decals, we usually do dry application. We have never used the wet method for those, so this does not apply to that type of vinyl, okay? So no 631. So if you're going to be working with car decals, car magnets, even vinyl banners, yard signs, you can easily do a dry or a wet application. If you're going to be doing a wet application, you can use action tag or you can use rapid tag. There's also a homemade solution that consists in a bottle like this. Put about 90%, which would be somewhere around this area here. Put about this much water and the rest rubbing alcohol, and then just a few drops of dish soap. Now, if you want to spend money and get the action tag or the rapid tag, the links will be in the description of the video. And now when to do a dry or a wet application method. The weather plays a big role when it comes to deciding what method to use. The main reason why we would do a wet application is if we have to layer vinyl and we do not use any registration marks and we're in a hurry, that's when we use the wet method, because it is easier if you do not have any registration marks. Another reason why, as you can see here in this video, it was extremely hot outside and the vinyl decal was wrinkling a lot. It was a lot safer doing it this way. Another of the reasons why we do a wet application is to avoid bubbles. Now, if it's really cold outside, preferably do not work in the cold. But if you have to do it, obviously the wet method is out of the question. Make sure that you do a dry application, especially if we're going to be working on glass. That's when we do a dry application. Also, if the weather is nice or if it's not too hot or too cold, that's when we do a dry application, as we don't have to wait to be able to remove the transfer. Those are the main reasons why or when we do a dry application.
A little update. We are currently working on our website to make it easier to have access to our affiliate store. as well as to our decal calculators. The website address is going to be www.rdidecals.com.
If you would like to support our channel, make sure you get your materials and equipment through the links in the description of the video that will also be on the very first comment. Also, make sure you give us a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications if you guys want to take the next step and support us. Additionally, we also have some memberships if you want to be part of the VIP members. Thank you so much. All you have to do is just go to the join button and you will get all kinds of instructions. So you guys, until the next one.